All right, just a quick reminder of all the finishing movements that we've been using for a lot of the same side and opposite side wrist grabs. So a lot of times we end up in this position with our thumbs on the back of their hand. And what we've done for wrist locks, reminding ourselves to get that knee down because we're gonna lower our center of gravity. My arm's gonna go across his elbow to lock his arm in position. My other hand is gonna go thumb under his wrist so I can bend it. And then I'm gonna grab my own wrist, making sure his elbow's against me somewhere. Kind of right in the crook of his leg, works out real nice. And then I'm gonna apply pressure straight back towards his elbow with my hand on his to apply the pressure. Second wrist lock we're using is this hand will remain the same. This one, I'm gonna put my thumb under the exact same way. I'm gonna scoop down like I'm scooping sand, or like the kids named it now, this is the ice cream scoop wrist lock. His elbow's gonna point straight up, and then I'm gonna pull straight up towards his elbow with the palm of his hand to apply some nice wrist pressure. From a standing position, we've been using the leg closest to the belt. I'm gonna step over next to his ear, making sure that my calf is against his shoulder, and then his fingers are turning, or his thumb is turning away from his head. Keeping it bent, not straight up, nice bent position, keeping it nice and tall, and turning the wrist away from his head. Another one from this position is I'm kneeling down with the knee closest to his belt. The hand that's furthest away from his belt or next to his head is going over his arm, so his hand is behind my shoulder, and I'm going around the back of his tricep. The hand closest to his belt is going on his shoulder, and then I'm grabbing my own wrist again like we did on the other one, and then I'm applying pressure straight forward, not up, but I'm applying pressure forward. And I also then can use my wrist to straighten out this way as I'm pushing forward. So that one's the shoulder lock. The other one we're doing from here is I'm stepping over with my foot closest to his head, keeping his arm pulled up nice and tall, sliding down, hugging his arm, sitting as close to his shoulder as I can, keeping his wrist to my shoulder, squeezing my knees together, and applying the arm bar. I can grab it with both hands as well, and that is our arm bar. Next one, from that position, I'm stepping over just like I did on the arm bar. Then I'm gonna circle step over, and then I'm gonna pull him to his stomach. And like we've done on some of the other ones, I'm gonna put my knee onto his shoulder, keeping him planted to the floor, and applying pressure over his head. Let's spin a little this way. So just so you can see it a little better. So from this position, I'm applying pressure that way. Very nice. Next one, going down to the knee, I'm gonna take my thumb and stick it inside his uniform, right over top of his shoulder. My other hand is gonna grab the other side of his uniform, and then I'm gonna put my forearm against his neck and trying to put my elbow on the floor, trying because I should not be able to by the time it's applying pressure. So I'm pulling in this direction. All right, now there's several others that we can do along the way, but those are the primary ones we've been using, so practice well.